What is going on, guys? Smooth crew, what is good? Today we're coming at you with a top 5 badges for each category. So, let's just get right into it. I know I've been teasing this for a minute. For the number 5 finishing badge, it would most definitely be, drumroll please, fancy footwork. Now, fancy footwork really used to be OP. It was definitely one of if I had made this list when 2K first came out, it would have definitely been number 2, second to the number 1 badge. But it does it all. With the hop steps, the cradles, it helps you with everything. And it was really OP when the game first came out, and they patched it multiple times. After that, it's pretty much become useless. You could leave it at bronze or silver, but fancy footwork number 5. For number 4, relentless finisher. Now, for all the slashers out there, you already know you have to have relentless finisher at least gold. At least gold if you're a slasher, because that badge. When you're going through it and you're just coming in every single time, going to the paint, dunking, driving, it's there to help you, and it'll keep your stamina up as well. Now, for number 3, it would be acrobat. And acrobat used to be like a dead badge. Like, you wouldn't really put it on. You'd have it, but it wouldn't really do anything. But since they've updated the game again, acrobat's definitely become one of the most OP finishing badges in the game. It's just, I don't know, it just works for you. Like, whenever you're trying to do euros or spins, acrobat it helps you finish with no problem, and you just slide through people. Kyrie Irving. Just think of Kyrie Irving with acrobat. Have that thing Hall of Fame. It'll definitely boost up your reverse layups as well. Whenever you do a reverse layup on Hall of Fame, it's going in every time unless it's blocked. Now, I do have an honorable mention. Oh wait, the number 2 badge. I'm gonna do the honorable mention after that. Number 2 badge would definitely be Slithery Finisher. Slithery Finisher, avoiding contact. Simple, but it really does more than that. Like, your interior defense is trash in this game. It really is. So, Slithery Finisher, it just makes that 10 times worse. When you go into the paint, the center jumps. He's moving out of the way because you got Slithery Hall of Fame. There's nothing you could really do. Like, you can sit there with your hands up, but if you have Hall of Fame contact, it's a wrap. Now, for the honorable mention, I would definitely do Teardropper. Teardropper's a little bit different. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but when you come down the lane, you try to do a floater, or you don't want to throw a lob to your teammate, so you got a floater, but you don't know if you want to take it. You have this thing silver, it's going in. Regardless of the release. So it's an excellent badge to have, especially if you're a smaller player as well. So just keep that in mind. For the number 1 finishing badge, contact finisher. Of course. Have this thing Hall of Fame, you're booming on somebody. Have this thing gold, you're booming on somebody. Have this thing silver or bronze, you're booming on somebody. You gotta catch bodies with this badge. And it also helps with your 20% or above layups. So definitely number 1 finishing badge. Nothing more to be said about contact finisher. Yeesh. One of my favorite badges in the game. I'm always trying to catch bodies. Now, let's get along to the shooting. For shooting badges, I think the hardest category for me was playmaking. But shooting badges, I got my top 3, or I got my top 4. But I'm not really sure. Like 5 was very difficult for me because it could go 2 ways. To me, it would be between catch and shoot and difficult shots. They're both equally good badges. Difficult shots probably help you more often than not, but catch and shoot is like more of you're a pure shooter. You can sit there, spot up, splash it in the corner, splash from anywhere, honestly, just off the catch. And difficult shots is more of like you're more mobile. So yeah, that'd be like number 5, like split in half. You could put it in your honorable mentions as well. But both of those badges would be very nice to have if you're a shooter. For number 4, it would definitely be Deadeye. And Deadeye would be higher on this list if not for the other 3 OP badges in this game for shooting. I'll get to those, but Deadeye is an excellent badge. Just catching a pass and shooting it with somebody in your face. That's how you get the 20+% wet greens in the mouth. And I mean, Deadeye is just just think about the real shooters in the game. The real shooters in the game, like Kyle Korver or like Steph, Clay, they have Deadeye like silver, gold. So Deadeye is definitely one of the top tier shooting badges in this game. For number 3, you have Hot Zone Hunter. I was very conflicted because I mean, Deadeye and Hot Zone Hunter are pretty much like equal in like OPness, pretty much I would say. And Hot Zone Hunter really just if you pick your spots, like you could have Hot Zone across the court. Like I know KD for the OKC Thunder for the 11-12 roster, he has Hot Zones in like everywhere on the court except for like one spot, and he just hits everything. Like there's nothing you could do if you're hitting full bars, because that's what it helps with the most. Full bars in your hot zone, they're going in, and you're more likely to green as well. So definitely keep that gold Hall of Fame. You'll definitely be splashing. For number 2, this was very difficult, but after the patch, Quick Draw is number 2. And I'm going to tell you why. Quick Draw used to be my number 1 favorite shooting badge, but now they have something different. I mean, my other badge, the number 1, deserves to be the number 1, but Quick Draw, it speeds up your shot, helps you with everything else. I mean, it's pretty much just the speed of your shot. And like after the patch, most of the jump shots, most of the jump shots have their own speed. So like, if you pick a fast jump shot, you don't really need Quick Draw. The most you could put on is bronze. And I've been experimenting with it too, and a couple of my friends have been talking about it with me. But you can run with it bronze and still be competitive. You can run with it silver and still be competitive. I wouldn't run without it, just because people really do close out fast, especially if you're playing against a lockdown or something. Then they'll be in your face, and you won't know what to do unless you have Deadeye Hall of Fame. Then you're wetting that thing. But Quick Draw, definitely number 2. For my honorable mention, it could go between Slippery Off Ball and Volume Shooter. Now, Slippery Off Ball is definitely one of the best shooting badges in the game, just because when you're running around or you're a pure shooter, you know how people like to key into you, or like they know where you are on the court. So Slippery Off Ball is like when you're moving the analog stick, you can do a quick flick and like break off the defender, or like create space by yourself, like without needing screens or something like that. And Volume Shooter helps out with just your shooting in general per se. Like the more you shoot, the better your shot percentage becomes, and like you have to take smart shots with that as well. But like it definitely pairs it up well and puts it all together. But number 1 shooting badge, if you don't know by now, what are you doing? What game you playing? Honestly, range extender. You're shooting half court shots. It don't matter where you're pulling from. You just pulling that thing, and it's just falling, bro. So I mean, range extender, extend your range. Pretty simple, pretty basic. That's all the shooting badges. I'm gonna keep it going here. Move on to playmaking. No, playmaking badges were definitely the hardest to decide on, because there's so many good ones, but there's so many bad ones at the same time, and a lot of people still use like the bad ones. And I'm just trying to figure out. I tried to mess around with it. I messed around with a lot of playmaking badges, but playmaking is really not my forte. So like, bear with me on these. For number 5 for playmaking, definitely be Needle Threader / Downhill. Like, they didn't really nerf Downhill, but I mean, it still does its job. I just keep it on silver. But I mean, if your player is fast already, then I mean, what's the point? And with Needle Threader, if you're an excellent passer already, I mean, of course, Needle Threader definitely helps out. It squeezes through the defense. All those passes that you feel like should be intercepted are not, especially if you have Interceptor. If you're a defensive player, you know what I'm talking about. But Needle Threader definitely messes up some of that. And I mean, it's always a good badge to have. Like Dimer, it's always a good badge to have. Help your teammates. Number 4 would definitely be Stop and Go. And just drop my controller. Oh my gosh, I'm just goofy today. Stop and go. Just for the simple fact that when you're moving and you're dribbling in a certain way, you could honestly just it. I mean, it just helps people not read your moves as much. Like if you know where you want to go before you're going there, and they know you want to go in a certain direction, they can't help but try to cheat to that certain direction. And with stop and go, I mean, you kind of get shifty with it. You can just hit that other way. It's easy. Probably put that Hall of Fame. I think with my playmakers, I usually run it with gold. So it's always a good badge to have in your arsenal. For number 3, this was tough. Handles for days. Any basic playmaker has to have handle for days. If you're a point guard, you have to have handles for days. I mean, at least silver, because you're dribbling a lot. You're handling the rock. So I mean, that's your badge. And I mean, you be losing stamina. You be losing. Wow. Stamina is once you lose your stamina in a game, it's pretty hard to play after that, because unless you have like tireless shooter or like relentless, like the stamina needy badges, like once you lose your stamina, your attributes drop. So I mean, handles for days keeps it at a modest level and helps you keep doing what you're doing, like staying consistent through the game. For number 2, Space Creator. Now I know you guys were expecting either tight handles or ankle breaker here, but no. I would not take those over Space Creator. If you do a step back with Space Creator, I think you get more ankle breakers with Space Creator than ankle breaker or tight handles. It really, it's that badge. It's that badge. Like what ankle breaker and tight handles used to be, Space Creator is. They added all of that to Space Creator. So when you do a step back, you can easily break somebody that thing's Hall of Fame, unless they're a lockdown. I mean, it just depends. Depends on what you're doing, what combinations you're doing with your dribble moves. I think I am gonna drop a dribble moves video sometime within these next couple weeks. But Space Creator, that's the badge to go. And honorable mention for that would probably be tight handles, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I was trying to figure it out, but I mean, it would probably be tight handles. I think that would be the other one that I'm going to. I really don't like ankle breaker, and unpluckable is useless. I'll probably stick that on bronze, and that's it. But I'm going to get to worst badges in our next video. But yeah, for the number 1 playmaking badge, it would definitely be quick first step, and that's self-explanatory with blow bys and all the other stuff, and it increases your speed too. So if you're a big man with quick first step, easy. So on to defensive badges. As you can see, I've already set mine up. Number 5 would definitely be clamps. Now, hear me out. I know you're expecting this higher on the list, but they've done something weird to clamps. Like if you stay in front of somebody, they can still like kind of squeeze past you and stuff. It's very weird. So I mean, I gotta keep mine kind of high now, like gold. And you shouldn't really have to be wasting attribute points. Like I feel like, or badge upgrades. I feel like it should be kept at silver, and that should be it, unless you're a lockdown and you want to have it higher. But clamps really just, after the patch, just became mellowed out. So for number 4, I chose Chase Down. Now, Chase Down, you could get Chase Down blocks with any position in this game. And as long as you have that thing silver or bronze, and you have semi-decent, it doesn't even matter if your wingspan in this game either with Chase Down, because you're just coming in, sending that thing. I mean, it's ridiculous how many blocks I've had with Chase Down. But number 3, one of the lockdown's favorites, Off-Ball Pest. I mean, with Off-Ball Pest, it's really just about being a lockdown. Or if you're not a lockdown, you have Off-Ball Pest, I understand, just because you want to stick your man, and it really doesn't let them go anywhere either. And it just holds them in place. You can hand check. It's all that nasty stuff they used to do back in the day. So Off-Ball Pest, definitely a great badge. Number 2, Rim Protector. I advise you put this on all your players regardless of what position you're playing, because you're going to be down in the paint at some point defending somebody that wants to drive in or that can drive in. And like, Rim Protector definitely helps you. It offsets that. Like, even if you have a weak interior defense, Rim Protector is definitely the way to go. Um, Honorable mention would probably Brick Wall. If you ever been hit by a screen before, you know. Brick Wall definitely, it decimates. On Hall of Fame, and you have high strength, it decimates people. Like, you just, and we used to have shoving in the game. Nah. Brick Wall, definitely one of the most OP badges. And number one, Intimidator. Intimidator, every shot that goes up and you're in that range, it intimidates. And I love it so much. Hall of Fame, always. This is my top 5 badges in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. And just keep going. Please like and subscribe to this video if you really did like it. I really hope it helps you with your badges and helps you set up what you want to do and what kind of player that you want to become in this game, because we're in May. Like, the next 2K is around the corner, so I'm interested to see what they're going to do with this new badge system, or if they're going to add new badges or keep it the same or do what they're doing. But I'll definitely have a couple build videos coming out, especially with this dude right here, my paint beast. He's an absolute beast, and my slash and play. And I really wanted to do my own take on my slash and play, but I'm not done grinding him out yet. Definitely check out my quick play series and my pod player videos. But other than that, like and subscribe.